How you guys doing? Welcome back to another SERPWizz report. It's Deepak Shukla here, founder at SERPWizz. And if you want to get your free, instantly actionable SEO audit, head over to serpwiz.com and you can download that in less than 37 seconds from the homepage. So today we're talking about page speed info, which kind of is a summation or accumulation of all of these other bits that we've been looking at when it comes to mobile page speed summary here. Oh, this is desktop, in fact, I beg your pardon. So we've been looking at desktop, and now we're going to overall page speed info. Okay, so there's three sections of this that are important for you to consider. There's server response, which is ultimately wherever your server is held. So that would be probably most likely with your host. So for example, you might be with WP Engine, you might be with WPX, you might be with your own server, you might be with AWS, you might be with Azure, you might be with DigitalOcean. There's many out there, but it's ultimately the response time from your server. Okay. The second element of it is all page content loaded. So that's literally all of the content on the page. So if we try and, for example, load, I'm going to just try and load Pearl Lemon. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's kind of not that inaccurate, is it? All of the page content's loaded. So basically, you've just seen a live example of what it means by all page content loaded. So it's not the time to meaningful paint, which is I think the TMP or first meaningful paint. It's when the entire content on the page itself has completely loaded, so that when someone could scroll through your page, they'll be able to read it. So what you want to think about with these is that, as low as they can be. So all page content, ideally, I'd like that to be down at 4 seconds, for example. But in terms of the user experience, it's not terrible. The Google, and that's where there's an important distinction to consider, that all page content loaded, what happens is that this tends to be, for example, a moment in time right now at 8 seconds. So if I'm already at 8, it's likely that it might end up being, for example, 10, 12 sometimes, as well as maybe 7 or 6. But broadly speaking, you want to try and get that page content load time down as quickly as you can. You want to get it down to maybe like 3 seconds as an example. That would be absolutely fantastic, because then you'll get pages that load bullet fast. And don't forget, right now I'm using my Ethernet cable. So if I was to do, for example, a speed test here, you'd see that this is based upon my internet connection here. So I'm going to go ahead and let that load, but you'll see what I mean. So look, it's 70 meg there or thereabouts download speed. So with that in mind, this is going to go up to probably 12, 14 seconds, depending upon the strength of someone's connection. So do factor these things in when we're considering page content loaded, okay? It is in relation to the speed at which you are able to browse the internet as well, all right? So then we've got page scripts. So page scripts would be the JS side of it, so JavaScript. That's literally, when all JavaScript is loaded, and that's anything that's an interactive element on your site, okay? So in the instance of our site, Pearl Lemon, there's not much interactivity that's happening. So 3.3 seconds is not a bad time at all. It could be still quicker. I'd like it at 2 seconds, but that's with some of these things, depending upon the framework that you built, it's kind of forever a work in progress. WordPress as a platform is quite slow in general, and it's very theme dependent. We've made a choice early on to use Elementor, and this is on the Pearl Lemon agency site, and arguably that has meant that this is a forever ongoing challenge effectively. But certainly, page scripts are in reference to anything that your user, that anything that's interactive on your page. So that might be, for example, a button, that might be a scroll bar that you can use to scroll across on the page. It could be all manner of things, okay, to that extent. So that is what is in reference to page script. So this is page speed info, your server response, all page content loaded, and all page scripts complete. And there you have it, chaps. Catch you in the next one.